Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, Strat Gamer here, providing you with a new episode in our Beauty Building with Tourists series. And here we are, the tourist, let's say, district or neighborhood or avenue. I don't know if it's the Champs-Élysées or something like this, but this long avenue leading to the Eiffel Tower is in good shape. I wouldn't say it's finished, but I definitely wanted to show you the progress there. So today we're going to do three things. The first one is indeed look at this whole neighborhood here, show you a bit of the detail, walk around in some of the parks. Then the second element I wanted to show you is the zoo finished, complete zoo here, mega zoo. And then the third element I wanted to do is to show you a bit what I'm working next, which is this piece here, which will have the Eiffel Tower, palace, and also I'm planning to put inside the palace the World Fair. And the second thing we'll look into in that next episode, and I'm planning to work on, is here museums. I'm planning probably two museums, I don't know if it will be, two entrance, but only one big museum, like I did for the zoo, or if it will actually be two different museums, we'll see. And also this neighborhood here. If you don't know what it is, or if you do know what it is, don't hesitate to put in the comments below. I haven't finished it, so I don't want to show you it in detail right now, but that will be for the next one. In the meantime, please don't hesitate to join my Discord community. You can find the link in the description below, or to leave any comments, suggestions, thoughts that you may have in the comments below. Love to hear about it, especially if you have ideas on things I could add to the city. I'm always keen to hear. Okay, so let's look at this neighborhood, and as you can see, overall we enter here. I haven't walked here on this port. This is something that still needs to be done, but you enter through the port, obviously. You have a big bus station to then go or either through these central routes here or through these avenues on the side to wherever you need to go. A few hotels are by the beach, and then most of the hotels are by the tower, by the city, right? Because you're gonna have the zoo here, a botanical garden, some elements there. And as you can see, I tried to really have this long avenue in the middle that we're gonna look into, but also have parks in different places, right? There's a park here, there's parks inside here and there, another park here. So we're going to look a bit at that. You have those two avenues that are identical on each side. The only difference between those two are the colors, where I tried to change colors from time to time. And then a lot of ornaments that we're gonna look at as to why I chose these. One element I wanted to show is I put a church here, and there's no need for that church in terms of engineers and investors don't need a church, hotels don't need a church. But I was like, in many of the at least European cities, churches are part of the tourist attractions in a sense, right? Many people do visit beautiful churches, especially if you think about cities like Rome or Paris. So I put one there. I thought it was adequate. Then another element I wanted to show you is for many of these hotels, I tried to put different, right? Never the same, but a nice entryway. So you can see here is two fountains, some gardens. If you don't know about it, you can change the way it looks, right? You can let me go back into the mode here. This is number 6. If you move into 5, 4, they start looking differently. The number 1 is sort of the normal, but in particular, it took me a few minutes just to make sure those trees were at the places I wanted them to be. So this is one entrance. This one is quite different, right? You have these prune spurs there with some flowers. These nice cherry trees with seats in the middle leading to the hotel. And similarly on that side you have two other different ones. This one for me was, a hotel where people want a bit their privacy. So there's a lot of trees. You can't really see people going in. They have their own small parks inside. Versus this one was again a bit more kind of different fountains and normal flowers. So then maybe also let's take a quick walk here. Right, because this is key part of the city. We are gonna have here the Eiffel Tower, as you can see. Then you walk. Oh, I can't walk on this one. Oh, that's a new one. Wait. I always thought you could this one. Ah, that's a shame. One would have to walk on the side. Can I try this one now? It's just this. Okay, anyway. So after going through this, you have a small, some flowers. You have a bus stop here where you can stop. And obviously people who want to go to the Eiffel Tower will stop at this bus stop here. Leads you into a theater, but with different ornaments. On that side, a fountain. This side you can see it inside or outside. Get to the theater with a park on the side. I like these small parks with fences, and put a few statues in this one. The fountain in the middle. And this statue of you can see on the statue the one Anno 1800. If I go back, yeah, we were here. So this was this park. You see, it looks even prettier from the top. These two columns here, and there's a few other parks, right? All along this avenue, you go into different parks. A promenade with some nice flowers, trees, fountains, another small park with ducks. And here you get to a bit the end where there's the hotels, another theater, and also where you can buy, all of your things because you just arrive, right? The boats are here, you just arrive. So if you're walking, you may want to buy different things. So I put these ornaments there. If you remember, I actually did have power station here for all my engineers and investors, but actually it was so ugly, and in particular I think the electric poles on the streets were really ugly, I felt, and they were also stopping in the middle of those things. It was really not that great, so I just took it out, put a park instead. We're not doing let's say a max population or a perfect population where we need to give everything. So I don't mind to not have electricity there. I think that's fine. So this is this central avenue here. Let's take a quick look a bit at this one here. So the way this works is you have the statues at the top, two benches with cherry trees. normal cherry trees and flowers, beds. I need to probably do a bit of what I just told you before, which is changing this, maybe this one. I don't know, I need to see what would make sense here, but probably not to have that many and nothing there. And then similarly on the other side, 2 benches, 2 statues, and you repeat. That's my, promenade on the side, on both sides, and that is cut from time to time to go inside the city. What else? What did I forget? I think that's the main elements for this. I don't know if we can call it the Champs-Élysées. Obviously, the Champs-Élysées is well known for all the shops, and there are not that many shops here, so that's not really what we could say. But this is a bit the idea of having really a large, nice esplanade in the middle, 2 on the side, promenades, and it leads. What's important for me, it really leads to the buildings, right? It leads to the Eiffel Tower, which leads to the palace. So I hope you liked it. Once again, don't hesitate to share any feedback you may have. Now let's look at the zoo there. As you can see, quite a massive zoo. Let's check 9,000 attractiveness. And I didn't even try to optimize, the music sheet. I just put one random one. But what we can see is that it covers all of the animals. So that's something which, we're doing beauty building with tourists. We need to have all the animals. Even if domestic animals, for example, are really not giving you that much attractiveness. I just wanted to cover them all. As you can see, they are all there. And there's only one of each. I didn't put extinct species twice or something like this. One element that may be interesting for you to know is that several of these effects from those sets have actually been updated in the update 11 that came with the tourist season, even if the developers actually didn't talk about that much. There are a post, I will post it in the description below. I think Taka made it and posted it across the different platforms that summarize it. For me, one that's very interesting is, for example, this one, the Rainforest Park. Now you provide 30 attractiveness for each trade union. That is huge. If you focus your cornfall for production, and you have 60, 80 trade unions, that is huge. And if you don't know about why cornfall can be great for production, don't hesitate to check out my video on the topic that will appear now at the top. That's something that you may not know about. But that's not the only one. Several others have been updated. For example, the predators, ocean predators. It used to be only for a few. I think it was only for fisheries and something else. And now it's for all coastal buildings. So that includes sand mines, for example, which can be quite powerful. But anyway, that's not very important for our beauty buildings. We don't really care about these. But still, they're all there. If you remember, I tried to keep also kind of themes together. So you have the big aquariums there. Then you go into still aquariums, but the Arctic aquariums. Here it was Africa with the 2 elephants at the entrance. Here it's a bit more forest animals like the bears and things like this. And then we moved. Obviously there are some that just fell a bit in the middle, but then I also try to make the surroundings sound similar. So for example here, for this, you have water, so I try to put those fountains because there was also water there for the lake theme. Is those 3 here. Let's, I don't think we're gonna take a full walk around. but if you do want me to do that, I'll be happy to do it in the next episode. There are some animals that are beautiful, you know, I think even from that distance, like these birds here, the pink dolphins from the rain forest here. And I find they're usually even prettier from that distance than in first person mode. You know, if you look here, you usually don't see that much. Like for example, this one, you don't really see it. The birds, that's okay. You do see them quite nicely. I don't know about you. I do like birds like this. But for again, like dolphins, you know, it's not that easy to see. Ooh, spiders. I don't like spiders. Good thing we can't go inside. Oh, the hippos. Can we try? No. Oh, that's a nice bug. Well, maybe we're gonna find a spider actually. Well, the spiders. Can you see the spiders? I don't like spiders. If that wasn't obvious. But anyway, I said we wouldn't do it. Sorry about that. So yeah, this is really the park, and making some. Remember, here was the concert. In this new part, I also put a few gardens, right? So you can go through this labyrinth and go there. You have here a nice plaza. So that's the park in a nutshell. Once again, if you want me to do a bit more of a walkthrough through it in first person mode next time, happy to do it. But otherwise, let's take a quick look at my future plans. So as I said, we're gonna put, I mean, as you can see, it's already there, right? The Iron Tower here. I need to see what will make sense if I continue the promenade maybe to that point, and then around it, what I'm thinking is, I mean, you do need kiosks and shops and things like this, right? That's tourists will want to buy things, but at the same time, I also want to have probably here two big, very beautiful, you know, plazas with fountains, something like this. So that's what I'm gonna do here on this part. And if you have any suggestion of ideas, don't hesitate to share. And then this will be the palace. I want to keep it a bit structured and follow that road, so probably you will take that space here. I have right now at this point only not that much population, right? Only 18,000. So, you know, 32 modules, that's not gonna fill this place, but at the same time, the goal is not really to fill the place with modules. It's more probably to keep modules around the exterior like this, maybe to do, you know, wings here, wings there, and there, but then also to place some gardens, of course, and the World Fair, which does take quite some space, right? Probably something like this, maybe a bit further, like that. We'll see. But you know, somewhere around here.
I have one last vision. A
Thank you.
fair sitting atop this magnificent metropolis.
And you know, next to the palace, for me, the sort of cultural element that made the most sense was the museums. Felt like, I don't know why, but next to palaces, museums felt right. So that's what I think we're gonna put here. As you can see, I've just started. I was thinking to put some nice trees like this on the outside, then sort of fence this entrance, something like this with two. I don't know why I'm always putting two bus stops. And once again, don't hesitate to share. You know, if you want me to name some of those bus stops after you, or if you have good ideas for names, I'm keen to hear. Also, don't hesitate to tell me where it would make sense, right? Otherwise, I'll have to decide myself and may not be aligned with what you're thinking. So yeah, there's 2 bus stops. Then I put 2 of these entrances, but as I did the same for the zoo, right? Where you have one entrance here and one entrance there, but actually all of the modules are connected to this one and none of them to this one. So here I may do the same thing, or I may actually create 2, and we'll see. Because it's, for the tourist it is important, but it also not like I need, as long as each of these has a good attractiveness. I think it's more than 300 or something like this. It should be okay. Also because they are not that far, right? I mean, at least these ones. These ones are definitely a bit further. We'll see about that. So yeah, that's gonna be the museum here. That will probably take that space here, that space. I don't know yet if the museum will also go sort of over here and maybe also put an entrance there. We'll see. But what's for sure is I'm not planning on destroying this small city here, which, if you remember, is bread factories. And of course, continue with the gate and trees, something like this. And then also that neighborhood, which we will talk about next time. I think I also did that one, which wasn't done last time, sorry. So you can see you have the bus stops to go. I mean, these bus stops were actually used to go to over there. Because you do need bus stops to go to the Dockland Wharf. But yeah, I put a few trees, a few bed flowers. As you can see, this one 6 with 2 trees. This one 6 but no trees, looking a bit different. Fountain. Next to the bus stop, there's a lot of a lot of luggages that were lost. You can buy a newspaper. So this is another, sort of small avenue. That's what I'm trying to do, to go from one neighborhood to another. You always have those promenades or avenues, which I felt is very realistic. So yeah, it is the plan for the next episode, probably to focus on this, on that, and that. Or maybe I'll have another inspiration and do something else first. We'll see. But as always, don't hesitate to share any feedback, suggestion. I hope you like this episode. I hope you're, you're happy to see this city growing, keeping with the theme of beauty building and tourists. We've done already quite a bit. There's already all the farmers here, workers, artisans, some engineers and investors here, also engineers and investors there, tourists, zoo, botanical garden, and soon a museum. So yeah, and also let's not forget industries here near the mines. So quite a bit has been done already, but there's also still quite a lot of space here. Even there, you can see space. So we're not done, and of course this is only one island. We did look in a previous episode we did also a new world island, but there's still many that could be done. So far from done, and that's why I don't hesitate to share any thoughts, feedback, requests that you may have. Love to hear about it. Okay, I hope to see you next time.